Hello guys, today I will be showing you how to raise angelfish eggs artificially. As you can see here, my pair of angelfish laid a really nice batch of eggs. Quick disclaimer before we start the video is that if you don't have a lot of time or work full time, this might be not a good idea since you would need to spend time daily for about 2 weeks on your angelfish. They're fragile at this age and would need a lot of care. So if you don't have the time, I recommend raising your angelfish using the parents, letting them do the work themselves. So there's benefits to raising your angelfish artificially. Often people would keep their angelfish in a community tank, and in a community tank, the babies have no chance of survival, so you're forced to raising them yourself. Second, angelfish are frequently bred artificially in the hobby, so sometimes the parents lose their instinct to take care of the eggs and fry, so they might even eat their own babies or not know what to do. If you manage to successfully master the art of hatching your angelfish eggs, you actually will get a better yield rate than if you let the parents hatch the eggs themselves. But in order to do this, you need 3 things. The most important thing, first of all, is the air stone and air pump. The air stone will keep the water moving and keep the eggs oxygenated. If the eggs doesn't receive flow, they will die very quickly. I have learned that the hard way. So make sure you have an air stone if you want to do this. Next up, we will need an antifungal agent. The most 2 common things that we use are methylene blue, which I have here. As you can see, the water is blue. And the next thing that you might have lying around your house is hydrogen peroxide. Basically, the antifungal keeps the eggs from developing fungus. Fungus usually attack any eggs that are not fertilized. However, the fungus can spread to fertilized eggs, and if you don't use an antifungal agent, you risk losing half or even more, or your entire batch of angelfish eggs. The last thing you will need is a heater. However, this is not necessary if you are using an antifungal agent, like I said, like methylene blue or hydrogen peroxide. This heater here I have is preset at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. I usually like to hatch my angelfish eggs between 78 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit because that will get you the quickest hatch rate. So it has been a couple days since I last saw you guys. So the eggs have hatched and became wigglers. You can see them wiggling there. And there's actually some at the bottom too. That's actually fine because they're separated from all the white eggs. So what I'm going to do right now is get rid of some of the white eggs. Unfortunately, it seems like this time the fertilization rate wasn't too high, or I just didn't put enough methylene blue in. So I will be using a turkey baster to suck out all the white eggs, but you have to do this very gently. If there's a wiggler next to some white eggs, I would just avoid getting the white eggs there, not risk damaging the fry. If this is your first time hatching angelfish eggs, it will be a couple more days before the angelfish fry becomes free-swimming like a regular fish. So during this time, you don't want to feed them. You will only pollute the water and they can't eat since their head's not even fully developed at this point. They will be absorbing their egg sac for energy to grow. So yeah, you don't need to feed them, and please don't feed them. At this point, you also want to start making small water changes. I just use like a plastic cup to remove some of the water on the top so I don't accidentally scoop some fry. but the reason you want to do water changes is all the ammonia from the dead eggs is going to foul up the water, and it might kill the healthy fry. Also, methylene blue is also toxic to fry. It's at this point it's still good for the wigglers because they're still half egg and still half fish, so you still want some of the methylene blue, but you want to start removing the methylene blue out of the water, so by the time they become free swimming there's almost little to none methylene blue in the water. It has been 3 days since I last saw you guys, and as you can see, the fry are more developed this time, and they're actually starting to swim for short periods of time. They're not quite free swimming yet, but I have sucked them out from the bucket to add them to their grow out tank. It has been under 2 days, and now as you can see, some of the fry are free swimming. So at this point, you're pretty much successful at hatching your angelfish eggs and turning them into free swimming fry. To quickly recap this project, you will need 3 things. First being the heater, air stone, and also an antifungal agent like methylene blue or hydrogen peroxide 3%. In case that you do everything in this video and you still manage to get white eggs and see no development at any point, there's 2 possible scenarios. One being you have 2 females, so nobody's fertilizing the egg, or 2, the male's not fertilizing the eggs, so you will get no development. Once I raise these guys to a decent size, I will make a video on how to raise them. So if you don't want to miss that video, subscribe. And that's it for today. Have a great day, guys.